Welcome back, everybody, to your friendly neighborhood Beeroes podcast, the Heroes Brews with Nerdy Dudes. And we got a lot of news to talk about again. You know, nowadays, especially with COVID restrictions almost non-existent and people going back to their normal ways of life, we got the influx of nerdy news back. We got shows coming up, films coming up, and a lot of exciting things to talk about. Right, my friend?
Absolutely, dude. There's quite a few things to talk about. We're just gonna go right into it. I'm ready to get into it. There's just so much. Where do we start? You know what? We should start. Let's talk about Loki, man, because
All right.
I was really excited about that. Basically, I feel like this show has been my favorite of the three shows that have been released so far. I love. Okay, do we go into spoilers here?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Spoiler
alert, everybody. The timekeepers were bullshit. They were robots.
Yeah.
That was surprising to me. I thought we were gonna, see somebody or see them be like beings and have them be either evil or not evil. I wasn't sure what was going on, but to see them be robots, that threw me for a loop. I was like, what the fuck? They came out of nowhere.
I didn't expect that at all. I thought they were actually gonna be beings, but like placeholders in a way, but actual beings. But when they were robots, I'm like, okay. And I was on the internet and there was a lot of like good speculations and conspiracy theories that people have for the series and for the MCU going forward, which I really enjoy. But yeah, man, this show, I had like a love-hate relationship with it. The first two episodes I enjoyed. The third episode kind of like pissed me off a little bit because, when this podcast comes out, this will be when episode
5 will have been out.
5 will be out. 6 will probably be out that day. So we watched up to 4. So episode 3, right? I hated that, with a 6-episode series that we got stuck in the same place from the start to the end. And that, that bothered me because we have only 6 episodes. If this was, a 12, 10-episode series, it wouldn't have bothered me as much. But, you stuck the same plot. There was no resolution to that episode. And obviously they quickly did in the 4th episode in the beginning. But it was just like, it kind of like pissed me off just to leave you like empty after that. There was no really like cliffhanger to me. Yes, they were stranded on this planet, but obviously they weren't. You knew they were getting off of it, so it kind of, that annoyed me a lot. But
yeah.
But with that 4th episode, man, it went full speed ahead, and I really enjoyed it. And that's where a lot of speculation comes from, the conspiracy theories. Where do you think this is going, Marcus?
Well, everybody keeps saying it, so I'm going to say it too. Everybody keeps saying Kang the Conqueror.
Yep.
Right? They keep saying that's the real villain pulling the strings behind the scenes. He's definitely confirmed to show up in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumanium. So we know he's real. We know he's coming. In the comics, Kang, he wanted to eliminate all the other versions of himself, so that way he could be like the ultimate and the prime Kang. So one of the things was like, what if he created the TVA to prevent any of the other Kang variants from being out of place? So he's like the only one, and that would be kind of cool if that's what they created it for. I hope that we do get to see him. I don't know that it'll happen, but if there was any good way to introduce him to the MCU, like this would be a really nice place to do it.
I feel like they have to. I know that
at this point,
I know there's a good possibility that they won't show him, but I feel like end this series with Kang the Conqueror. Maybe even show him the 5th episode too. I don't know. I just think there was a lot of good speculation on the internet, which one I really enjoyed is that the Sacred Timeline is the timeline that he's keeping in order to take over when he can, because in the Sacred Timeline, no Captain America, no Iron Man, no Black Widow, Vision died. Obviously, Wanda has done her thing, and Sword has done their thing to bring back this version of Vision. This fake Vision or brought to life, characterized version of Vision, put his thoughts into. So like, I feel like that could be a good possibility, because take out the greatest heroes that are your biggest threat, and what do you got? You got an easy way to take over the whole timeline, the whole universe, Earth if you just want Earth. So I thought that was a really cool speculation.
Yeah, dude, it like this is if you're not going to introduce him now, this is like the perfect, because he's all about that. He time travels, he does multiverse traveling like this. They're introducing that to us now. So even if they don't do a full on like here he is, just to even tease it, would be a nice place, like almost like they did with Thanos, you know, like setting it up a little bit, just like a little scene here or there at the end of each movie. If they just had like a little scene that teased him, that would be really exciting, and I feel like that would satisfy my urge to see another big bad coming.
I just want to see him on the screen for like 5 seconds, maybe 10.
Yeah, that's it.
Just that, you don't even need to give it like a whole minute. Just a little bit of screen time, just to show his presence, and I'm sold, like big time sold.
I can't believe they fucking killed Mobius, like just like immediately after him and Loki had this like super good connection.
But we don't know.
You're like, oh, and like your heart's all good, and then bam, he's gone.
But we don't know, because we all thought Loki was dead, and now he's waking up with 3 other Lokis in his face. Which
they took out Loki, and I was like, what?
Dude, like, I'm so intrigued. Like, that was such a good cliffhanger. We had Alligator Loki, Young Loki, and we had what was the other one? I forget the other one's name. Oh, the original Loki, and then there was like the Warrior Loki. And
it was fucking called something. It's not.
I forget its name.
It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
My hazy IPA is making me hazy.
Dude, that was such an interesting way to drop that, like, end that last episode.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know if the variants, like, where do they go? Was he holding, like, you know, the Soul Stone or something, and he went to like to the Soul Realm, whatever the hell it is? I forget the name of it. But like, I thought they were done from existence. So to see him get, you know, evaporated, and then we still see him somewhere else is big turn.
Because they lied to him, right? They lied to everybody. So like, you know, that's what they were telling people, is as soon as you get hit with that thing, you're erased from existence completely.
Yeah.
But clearly he's not erased from existence. He's somewhere else.
Yeah.
We don't know where that is yet. And then also I was curious, is like, is that an entire planet of all Lokis? Or is there going to be like other people there too?
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, maybe it's an entire planet of just Lokis from all over the place. That's probably where we'll see that Loki, the still image of him like having the presidential thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be that one. So yeah, I'm like super pumped to watch it tomorrow. Episode 5. Can't wait to see where that goes. But basically, yeah, this show has been awesome. It's been my favorite. I can't wait for the last 2 episodes. It's going to be so pumped.
Dude, it's the end game here for Loki right here. Last 2 episodes.
I know.
I
hope not, man. I hope not.
I wish they would give us more episodes. 6 is too little, especially for like a show of that caliber, with the amount of things they could have done with it. It just, I don't know. I want more. I'm greedy. I'm allowed to be greedy because I want to be greedy.
You're allowed to be greedy. That's fine. No, I hear you. I want more too. Which, like, WandaVision, I didn't really feel that way. I feel like it ended in a good place.
Yes, I agree.
You know, same with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, it did end kind of quick, but that show was. You know what's cool is like the tone of all these shows are so different. So different. It's not like we're watching the same thing. And because this show is so different, and like it strikes a chord with me because I like the time travel. I like the multiverse travel. I like Loki in general. So
yeah,
I don't want it to end. I know it's going to be ending soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. Well, I guess, you know, the budget, they can't afford that shit. Like, the amount of money it takes to make these 6 episodes is probably
a ton of
money, insane.
Just by looking at it, everything about it, you can see it's an expensive show. You know, they're not holding back either, which is really cool.
Dude.
Hats off to, you know, Marvel and Kevin Feige and all of them for, you know, delivering, man. Especially, you know, these shows were being produced and made during the pandemic, and they did a fantastic job sticking to trudging forward, especially with everything going on in the world, and we got this fantastic television to watch, and we got movies coming soon, more TV series. We got we spoke about the What If series, and that's coming sooner than we think. That's gonna be around the corner. I don't know, dude. Marvel's on
you brought
level.
Something interesting up just now.
Well, Mr. Kevin Feige.
Yeah, he said Kevin. Is it Feige? It's Feige, right?
Yeah.
Feige. We'll say Feige. Yeah, we're in agreement. It's Feige. You brought his name up. Something happened yesterday, and Ty, I'll let you take it away from that. But for everybody listening and watching, something happened yesterday.
Yeah,
and it's very interesting.
They're teasing. They're being suspicious. Very sus. We got a picture of Kevin Feige and Hugh Jackman doing God knows what, and I'm intrigued. It could be like Marcus. You said it could be a little
trolling,
but I can't. Why would Kevin Feige and Hugh Jackman be in the same room together? Why?
So let's rewind a little bit. Earlier in the day, Boss Logic, who if nobody knows who he is, he releases a lot of fan artwork, a lot of great fan artwork.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's awesome, super good graphic designer. He posted a photo of Wolverine's hand with the claws out, and Hugh Jackman reposted it to his stories on Instagram. And a few short hours later, that photo dropped with him and Kevin Feige hanging out right next to each other. So, is Wolverine back? Is he coming back?
He's got to be.
I really hope so.
Dude,
I know it ended, I know his story ended and all, but...
Yeah, but it ended how far in the future, my friend?
That's true.
There's plenty of in-between that can fill that story, man.
That's probably how they left the door open for it. Because it was supposed to be set so far in the future.
Yeah.
Because all the mutants were dying off and all that. So there is a lot more story to tell. Also, with the whole thing now with Loki changing everything up, now there's multiverses and different variants and timelines, and this could just be another version of Logan that comes through.
Dude, I say freaking do it. I think you're gonna make fans so fucking happy. You're gonna bring the X-Men and Logan into the MCU, and I feel like you need to bring Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That would be the best way to bring the X-Men into the MCU. You have your established Wolverine. Hugh Jackman's killed him. And he would be fantastic. I can see him button heads with so many of the Avengers because of how he is. He's so aggressive. He's so animalistic and brutal. And a lot of the characters in the Avengers are not that. So I would just love to see the chemistry and the fight between those characters, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a it'll be a dream come true to see that. We've all wanted the X-Men that we've seen in the past with the Avengers, especially with Hugh Jackman. So I want it. I hope it's not a tease. I hope they go forward with it. I hope there's something in the works because it would make my fucking day.
Yeah, man. Obviously, I would love for Hugh Jackman to come back, right? Because he's the best, and we've said it a bunch because we talked about X-Men and how much we love him, and everybody knows that already. But sometimes I do feel it's like if you're gonna bring the X-Men into the universe and you wanted them to be around for a long time, does it make sense to have younger actors take them on and just have a new spin on it? As much as I would love for him to come back, he did that role for how many years? Since 2002.
Yeah, man.
So it's been 20 years, almost.
Yeah.
Which would be the longest running superhero ever, right? Of the same person playing the same role. So if they're going to be around for another 10 years, 15 years, whatever, that's going to be obviously too long for him to play the role. But
oh yeah.
Or yeah, I'm not sure how it's supposed to go. So part of me wants new fresh faces to come in and say goodbye to Hugh Jackman in that era. But now that it's there's a tease, it's I would love to see it again for sure. I hope so. But, we'll see. Right now, all it is speculation, and it's definitely just a tease. Probably just a nod to the fans.
I don't know, man.
Just to drive people crazy.
I think I honestly think it's more than that. I hope it's more than that. I think it's more than that. If anything, even if it's for like Secret Wars where this Wolverine comes in from a different timeline, I think that would be awesome for one film. Hey, even 2 films. I agree with you that it would make more sense to have a younger X-Men group because you want them for longer. You want a longevity. You want people who are in it for, 10 to 15 years, just like Robert Downey Jr., just like Chris Evans, just like Chris Hemsworth. These people wanted to be on the long haul for these characters, and that's what I would want as well for the X-Men because it just makes sense. You need it. Do I think Hugh Jackman could stay on for a few years? Yes. Then you have like this older Logan, but at the same time, to your point too, how long would he go for? Because I don't think it's long. We've seen him want to go another route in the past because, some actors and actresses, they want different roles and want different things to, change up their style and have something new and different and fresh. For me, if I got casted as a superhero, I'd say book me from this date until 30 years from now because that's what I want. I want to be this hero for fucking ever.
Sign me up.
But but I understand, a lot of these actors and actresses, they do want to branch out and do different things, and I applaud them for that, as they should, because it just shows off their talent to be able to do all these different roles. For me, I'd be that one and done, like, let me be, the Green Arrow for 30 years and I'll be set. I'm good.
Yeah. And there's the physicality of it too. Like he even said, it's almost impossible to keep your body in that peak shape like all the time.
Yeah.
And he's not younger anymore, so it's just gonna take even more work to just be that ripped all the time.
Yeah.
And it's the training is terrible, and like you can only eat the certain foods like every single day, all day, every day.
Yeah.
So I can get that. Like he's probably just over it, but I don't know, there's been some time since Logan came out. He's had some time to reset. Maybe he's really excited. Maybe they're going to give him $1 bajillion to play it.
Yeah, probably. Probably a shit ton of money. Be like, here, we're going to give you an offer you can't refuse. So this is what you're going to make, and you're going to come on for this. And he's probably like, well, I can't turn this down. So thank you.
Yep. So there's that.
But hey, talking about body shapes and getting ripped, what about Ben Affleck, man? He's looking pretty good from that pic you sent in the group chat to us.
Dude, yeah, he's fucking jacked right now, man. He always had like a little bit of a gut sometimes, but he's like shredded right now. He has nothing, no fat. You
can tell that man likes his donuts or something, because when he's not doing a roll, he's got that. Unless he likes some beers like us, just getting a keg in there for a little bit, and then when he's getting ready for his Batman roles, got to get back into the suit and look jacked.
So, we know that he's doing the Flash movie and it's filming right now. So, it could just be that he's just getting ready for that. But, we're not even sure what kind of a role he's going to have in that movie. Is he even going to be in the bat suit? Is he just going to be Bruce Wayne the whole time? But like, I mentioned to you guys, there's no way he's in that great a shape if he's not going to be doing like more Batman long term, I think.
There's no way you do that for one film, especially if it's like a little bit, because I can't see him being in the Flashpoint movie a ton. And you can hide that stuff with a muscular suit. So it's not like you need to get in shape for like one film and maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes, if that,
Mm-hmm.
I would really love to see them, especially because, they've spoken about, especially Joe Manganiello spoke about it, about like a Batman Deathstroke series on HBO Max, and I would love that. I think that would be fantastic with Ben Affleck and Joe Manganiello. Do it. That would be amazing. I know Warner Brothers hates the Snyderverse and everything about it, but there's a lot of things that could come from the Snyderverse that would be fantastic for their streaming service, for the big screen, for any other streaming service they might want to go to. Like, there's so much potential and possibilities that they set up, and I want to see it. The actors that they cast and the actresses they casted have so much potential, and I want to see it through. And who knows, it could be just for the Flashpoint film, but I hope not.
So, I think it was, I don't know if it was last week. It was either last week or the week before that, but people had a petition going online that gathered a bunch of attention. It was trending. It was like one of the top trending things on Twitter. But a petition for HBO Max to make Ben Affleck's Batman movie, and everybody still wants to see it, myself included. I know you're included in that. Kevin's included in that too. Kevin, I know you listen to the show still. The movie was rumored to have Deathstroke in it, right, as the main villain, and I had read something that he said, and he was saying that he would be killing off everybody that's close to Bruce in his life one at a time, and Bruce would be like almost fearful of him because he's losing everybody. And then at the end, like Batwoman would come in and help him defeat him at the end. But it would be like more of an emotional movie and very like what did Joe Manganiello said it was almost like Jaws. Like he likened himself to the shark Jaws. Like come in and just kind of stalking you and then taking you out.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to see Batman like vulnerable.
Yes.
And because he's always like in control, and to see him not being in control would be a really interesting take.
It would be. It makes for a great plot, a great story. And, what does Batman do at that point? The strict code, no killing, but when the closest people around you are getting murdered by one man and you have to stop said man, how far does it go until you hit your breaking point?
Yeah.
And, exactly. we know Bruce Wayne, we know Batman, he's strict to his code and he can deal with a lot. But like with a film with a plot like that, I don't know, man. That's tough.
I would love to see it. I hope it's coming true. We'll just have to keep waiting and seeing. But there's like heavy rumors of WB, not just HBO Max, but WB wanting Ben Affleck and Jared Leto to do a live action The Killing Joke movie.
Bro.
So there's that too.
I would love that. That would be
especially if it was their same like type of interaction that we saw in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
That would be like I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say because that would be so sick. Just like the brutality of the movie and have it be rated R.
Yeah, dude. Killing Joke it's a brutal story, man. It's tough. It's gritty, and I would definitely love to see that live action. I think it could, if done the proper way, it could translate very well. And I think Jared Leto and Ben Affleck would be the great duo to do such a thing. I don't know. Yeah. I would love it. It's just, for me, especially with The Killing Joke, though, I guess, it's more of an origin story for the Joker, in a sense, because it shows you in the beginning of the comic how he becomes the Joker and the intrigue with Batman, or the rivalry with Batman. So I guess it would be interesting to see that between Jared Leto and Ben Affleck, even though we've kind of seen that they've had past. So going back to the past and seeing how it started would be interesting to me.
Yeah, for sure, man. So that would be again amazing, just to see Ben Affleck back in any sort of capacities. I mean, obviously he's my favorite, and I definitely make that be known every single time we talk about him. That he's definitely my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a movie that would be set in Arkham, where the inmates, they all take over, they lure Batman inside for something stupid, and he gets in there, and then he gets trapped inside, and all of his rogue gallery is out of their cells, and they're just plotting to try and kill him, and he's got to navigate the waters and try and get them back into their cells before they all kill him. Very much similar to the Arkham Asylum game. But dude, that would be the sickest movie of all time.
I would honestly love to see the Injustice series made as a live action film. They're going forward with the animated film with it.
Yeah.
But I would love to see that whole universe as films for Injustice. I don't know did you read or play the Injustice games?
Yeah, I played both of them.
Bro, that storyline in itself, you would have everyone's money. It's so different and so twisted, and especially with Superman as the villain, I think it's such a different take, especially on the superhero films nowadays, that you would just pull people in, and it would be great money and great stories, and you can branch off and have these, solo films of these characters in their injustice forms and what they've gone through during the time that Superman's regime was taken over and stuff. Like, bro, I don't know.
It would be awesome, dude. Yeah, I would be really be down for that. I mean, we got it a little bit with, Zack Snyder took a little bit of inspiration from that. We were gonna see it. God damn it. And then we didn't anymore.
Dude,
So yeah, that's cool. Did want to ask you a question.
Shoot.
If we got to see a Ben Affleck movie, it's his own movie, besides the Deathstroke thing, what would be the villain that you'd most like to see him take on in that universe, in that world? I guess the Snyder world, right?
Does it have to be from his own rogues gallery, or does
from his rogues gallery, from Batman, because it's a solo Batman movie, so
okay,
maybe one that we haven't seen on screen yet. Or it could be two.
So I'm gonna go with, which I really enjoyed, was the Batman Arkham Knight game. I think it would be cool to have the Arkham Knight, aka the Red Hood's storyline on the big screen. It's a different take of Jason Todd, and it was playing that game. It was like watching a film, I would love to see that on the big screen. I think Jason Todd, especially his older self, reborn through the Lazarus Pit, would be a great antagonist to a Bruce Wayne, especially Ben Affleck. I think it'd be awesome if they casted a very good Jason Todd to counteract him, and it would I would take my money easily, by far.
Easily, huh? Dude, I would love to see him. I would love to see, because we only seen it in an animated series, but I'd love to see him take on Clayface. I feel like that would be so sick, because you could almost make it horror like. I mean, I remember in the animated series, the Clayface episode scared me when I was little.
Yeah,
because he was creepy.
Yeah, he was.
So to have that sort of horror element would be really cool. Or like the Mad Hatter would be cool too.
Mad Hatter would be cool.
A nice little side villain.
I saw him in Gotham. I really enjoyed him. The Mad Hatter. They had some really good story arcs with him, but him in the big screen would be cool to see too. I also Clayface would be great. You could do horror. You could do like mystery, because he can obviously change into different people and stuff. Like that could be the ultimate mind game for Bruce Wayne and Batman to try and figure out what's going on, especially if he doesn't know of Clayface yet. How do you find someone? How do you know someone that can change themselves and keep tabs on that when you don't know that that's an actual thing yet? So I don't know.
Yeah, dude. That just the whole thing. And I know it's kind of like it's over the top for a more realistic movie, but I mean, we had Superman, so I mean, in the same universe. So if something like that can happen, something like Clayface could happen.
Oh yeah. Any of these characters can happen, man.
I know.
The possibilities are endless. Especially, we have the technology these days to literally do any character, any villain, any hero, any sidekick. It's just everything is possible in today's day and age, and it'll only get more possible as the years go on. So I want everything. I want everything we see in the comics on the big screen.
Getting a really cool Killer Croc would be nice.
Yeah, man.
That would be sick too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But there's so many ways. Yeah, we can go. I would just love to see Ben Affleck in any sort of Batman again, and I can't wait for him to be in the Flash.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Flash, that's actually a nice little transition there. There was a leaked promotional video that came out. I don't know if you got your chance to check it out yet.
Yeah,
did you?
I did. Yeah.
Now, Ezra Miller, and I quote him, says this movie is gonna blow our freaking minds off, right? So, what does that mean? And does that make you stoked? Does that make you pumped?
Dude, I was stoked when they talked about bringing back Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. That got me pumped. The thing that would get me most pumped is if Jeffrey Dean Morgan was Thomas Wayne. It's probably not happening. Most likely not happening. But that got me excited, and seeing Ezra Miller's Flash through the Snyderverse got me even more excited. Yeah. That moment, I'm like, yes. If this is the Flash I'm getting for Flashpoint, I'm sold. You don't have to do much more. And I hope this film blows my mind. I think it will. I've seen Flashpoint and I've read Flashpoint in many different aspects, and I can't wait to see how it translates on the big screen. I can't wait to see what it means for the rest of the DCEU, if there is that, or just random DC movies that are to spin off this, or multiverse, or whatever. We're going to get a lot of multiverse stuff coming up, people, between Marvel and DC. Yeah. And I don't think it's a bad thing. As long as they don't make it confusing. You can branch off and have your different stories and different takes. And I'm excited for that. I think it's cool in a way if you have your multiverses, and even if you have these one-offs, and like with the Joker film, you can have your one-offs and maybe find a way to intertwine it back with, we have, you can have Crisis and stuff like that. I don't know. I think with this kind of thing, especially with the multiverse, the possibilities are endless, and I feel like it's nice to have, like, expect the unexpected kind of thing, because you never know when you'll see these characters pop back up. So
yeah, that would be really cool. Like, just because Joaquin Phoenix did the Joker and everybody loved it so much, like in future movies, because there's a whole multiverse thing. Like, what if they were able to just get him to just like a quick cameo, right? Yeah. Like they're just like on the street and they're walking down the street or something, and you just kind of like see him doing this clown thing, like before he became Joker, or something like that. Just like a quick cameo. It doesn't have to be a full movie about intertwining everybody together, but like just like little nods here or there would be a nice way of like connecting everything, without actually giving them full on screen time for a storyline or something like that for a movie. But the promotional art that leaked during that time too, it looks like they're going to use the Superman story from Flashpoint, but have Supergirl in the place instead, which is kind of cool.
Ooh, excuse me. I'm intrigued to see the difference they make with that. Mm-hmm. Obviously Supergirl and Superman can, you can interchange them easily. They're both super fucking powerful. They're obviously both Kryptonian. Yep. They're family. So there's not many differences. They pretty much both believe in the same thing, and the symbol of hope. So I think it's cool that they went the Supergirl route. I'm excited to see how she does on the big screen. There's, if there's an Atlantean Themyscirian war too during this Flashpoint film, I'll be stoked as well.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. If we see Reverse Flash, I'll be even more stoked.
I hope so.
I just wish, with me, if they just took their animated film for the Flashpoint and they threw it on the big screen as their live action, it's perfect. It's literally perfect. It's a perfect story, perfect characters, perfect casts, and I can't see it failing. I know it's not going to be that, but I would love to see like an exact replica copy of the Flashpoint animated movie on the big screen.
Right. Yeah, man. That would probably be the storyline. Obviously, the Thomas Wayne storyline is something I would want. Yeah. That was like the number one thing I would like to see in this movie. It hasn't been confirmed that he's in there. The casting doesn't seem like there's anybody in there unless they're really hiding something from everyone. So I don't know if we'll get that, but otherwise the thing I wouldn't want to see would be cool is the Atlanteans and Amazonians like going against each other. Man. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Like you said, there's a lot coming out. A lot of multiverse stories coming out. It's crazy that we're gonna get to see it on the big screen now and in a non-animated way, and we're just living in the golden age right now of big screen adaptations.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
But yes, sir, a lot of cool stuff happening, a lot of cool stuff coming up, and I can't wait to see all of this. Give us your thoughts, people, on everything. Flashpoint, Hugh Jackman and Kevin Feige, Loki. Oh, we want to know everything. We want to converse with you guys, know your thoughts. What are you excited for? What are you not excited for? What do you want? What do you not want? Tell us all in the comments.
Give it all.
But, Marcus, as always, it's a pleasure.
As always. Cheers.
Cheers.